everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are at Yellow Rose Distilling with Jason here. This is amazing. We've really gone into the space of bourbon, whiskeys, and guess what? We're in the mothership. We're at Yellow Rose, and I'm really excited to try some of their featured and signature whiskeys here, and their most recent one, which I am dying to try this one here. But Jason, what do we have going on here at Yellow Rose?
So, first off, happy that you're here. I'm glad you're here. So we got the core lineup for Yellow Rose Distilling for us to walk through today. No blind flights. Yep. I figure, we need all of our senses for this one right here.
We're going to need it.
So, recently renovated tasting room. You got to come on down and check us out whenever you get a chance, right here in the heart of Houston, Texas. So, should we just get into it?
Yeah, let's get into it. So what do we got here?
So we're going to start here with our Premium American Whiskey. Now our Premium American Whiskey is a blended whiskey, but it's going to be more bourbon forward. So it's going to give you a nice depth of character, lots of really good notes there. Two most predominant aromas and flavors we're going to get are going to be bananas and caramel. So
I like bananas.
Hey,
I like bananas.
Me too.
I think by the end of this, we're going to be bananas. But hey, let's try it out. So when you say blended, like what is that?
So it's a blend of 4 different types of whiskey. That's what I mean by blended. Right. And so the most predominant whiskey that's going to be in this Premium American is going to be bourbon. And one thing that's important to note about the Premium American Whiskey is that it is a true 100% whiskey blend. There are a lot of distilleries that like to introduce a GNS element to their blended whiskeys, and GNS is your vodkas of the world. So if you ever had like a bottom shelf blended whiskey, I guarantee you're drinking a lot of that. You're tasting it. You're going to feel pretty terrible the next morning. That's because of that GNS. It has a high concentration of methanol. And that's the primary contributor to the real nasty hangovers the next morning.
There you go. Just have some of this stuff. You'll be fine.
Exactly.
We're going to be fine.
All right. So got a nice golden color here. Let's go and get our nose on this so we can try to identify here.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Right? It's a little subtly sweet.
Yeah.
It's nice, light. It's very enticing. I definitely want to drink this.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Bananas Fosters. Like if you go to a nice steakhouse and you get that Bananas Fosters, that smell that you get right as soon as you're going to go for the first bite, that's what I'm smelling right now.
Exactly. And the ethanol, very minimal. Nasal cavity's not burning up.
No.
You'll find that's pretty consistent across the board for our products here.
Good.
All right.
Sweet.
So let's try it.
Oh, wow.
Right.
When you said bananas, I was like, it's not going to taste like bananas.
Yep.
It tastes like bananas. It's crazy.
We like to say that this is an everyday kind of sipper, whiskey your way. However you like to take this, meat, rocks, sodas, juices.
I want to say refreshing.
Okay.
Which is weird because typically when you say oh, that's a refreshing finish, you're talking about a beer, maybe like a Topo Chico.
Exactly. This is a great introduction to the Yellow Rose portfolio.
Yeah.
To give you an idea of the quality of whiskeys that we produce. But it's also a great place to start if maybe you yourself are a whiskey novice and you're looking to get into whiskeys for the first time. It's a very safe place to start. You're going to get a lot of confidence after drinking this. You're going to feel like you want to go out and start stepping up and explore the rest of the Yellow Rose portfolio.
Yeah, this is definitely a gateway.
So, up next, we got our Rye Whiskey. Now, our Rye Whiskey is a blended rye between a 3 and a 1-year-old rye, and it's made from 95% rye, 5% malted barley.
Now, why do you guys do that?
So it really gives us a nice, soft characteristic that we really enjoy, and we think that a lot of people really do enjoy as well, because it's not nearly as aggressive with that rye spice that you'll find in other rye whiskeys. I find that rye whiskey itself tends to be a fairly divisive category. People love ryes or people hate ryes.
Yep.
And I associate that to that really heavy rye spice,
Typically when I have a rye, it's either really, really good or really, really bad.
Exactly.
So I definitely get that. So.
Exactly. So ours is definitely on the softer side. And what that does is it opens it up to let you appreciate the other aspects that this whiskey has to offer. I'm talking cedar, pine, molasses, brown sugar, little rye spice there.
Okay.
My favorite aspect, though, is going to be the mint on the back end. There's a nice little cool, crisp mint note there.
Ooh, let's get into it. All right.
This is coming in at 90 proof. Can you pick up on the maybe the woody notes, the cedar?
Yeah, it's there.
What about that mint? That's the hardest one to detect.
I can't get the mint.
Just really concentrate. It's gonna be like right there on the back, and you
It
feel a
is.
little coolness. You might be able to taste it more than maybe smell it.
Let's go for it. Wow, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
That finish has that mint finish, but you know, right at the beginning, that palate is. There's a lot going on.
Right.
It's a different level of complexity than this premium one that we just tried. Not to say
Absolutely.
that it wasn't good.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't complex, and that's simply completely different, right?
Mm-hmm.
This one is good, and it has those different layers, which I enjoy.
Absolutely. We're stepping up a little bit as we continue on our whiskey journey. And, you know, neater on the rocks, perfectly fine way to drink this product. But for me, my personal recommendation, classic cocktails. Old Fashions, Manhattan, Sazeracs, Boulevardiers, any one of those classic cocktails, this is going to be an excellent base for.
Yeah.
Especially if you love whiskey smashes.
Ooh,
That mint really accentuates the mint that's in this whiskey here. It makes for a fantastic cocktail.
Oh yeah. That mint on the finish is really, really enjoyable.
Oh, so you're tasting it now?
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Yeah. And whenever I point that out to people, they tend to get very excited. They're like, "Oh, that is mint. I can taste that," you know. And it's like, it's like, "Oh, where does that come from? Where does that come from? Grain, barrels, yeast, a little combination of everything."
That's incredible.
All right.
What do we got here?
So we're moving on to the flagship product for Yellow Rose. Now, this is the very first product that we ever released. This is our Outlaw Bourbon.
Outlaw Bourbon.
That's right.
You guys want to be outlaws? Try this guy.
Exactly. Right. So this is a 100% Texas yellow corn bourbon. No rye, no malted barley, no wheat, only 100% Texas yellow corn. Woo. That's right.
That's going to be good.
Double pot distilled, so it's still got a lot of those oils to give you a nice long mouthfeel. 92 proof, 46% alcohol, aged in American white oak barrels, great for char on the inside. We're going to get oak, smoke, vanilla, caramel, corn sweetness. Maybe a little bit of a dark honey note there on the end as well.
I'm digging it. So what's the story behind Outlaw? Like, you know, why Outlaw? I know you guys have a big mural, so you guys have to come check that out. What's the story about Outlaw here?
So back when we got started in 2010, we were trying to figure out, you know, what whiskey should we release first? How should we go about doing this? And we wanted to start with the bourbon, and we wanted to do 100% corn bourbon to be a little bit different. And that was one of the factors contributing to the name. You know, at the time, the tradition was bourbon had to be made from corn, rye, and malted barley.
Yeah.
That's just how it's always come from Kentucky. That's how they've been doing it for quite a while. So we had that, and then people were saying, you know, you can't make bourbon in Southeast Texas. It's too hot. It won't turn out correct. Common knowledge back then was you can't make 100% corn bourbon. You can't use small barrels. It's not going to work in Southeast Texas. It's just too hot. So and we wanted something distinctly Texan.
Yeah.
Outlaw Bourbon.
There you go. There you go. And hey, we can do anything in Texas. Bring it on. Bring it on. Let's do it.
Exactly.
Let's try it.
I'm just looking at the legs right there. I mean, these things are refusing to run down the glass.
Yep.
We're going to have a nice long mouthfeel on this right here.
Oh, that smell.
Right?
Smell.
Vanilla, caramel, cola.
That caramel is just like right in your face.
A little bit of a dark cherry maybe as well.
Oh, as soon as you said that, it's like a little trigger in my brain just said, that's black cherry.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow. Oh, that finish.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You know, that's one of my favorite things about Outlaw Bourbon in particular, is that it hits your palate, runs you through these cascades of flavors, oak, smoke, vanilla, corn sweetness. Can you feel it dissipate out?
Yeah.
But it starts over one more time, running you through those flavors again before ultimately leaving you with a nice, pleasant experience from start to finish.
I mean, that smoky finish at the end, it really like brings it back to the entire, you know, as soon as you smell it, you taste it, that finish just complements it so well, that smoky flavor at the end.
So it's unique, it's balanced, got a lot of really cool flavors going on here. I guarantee most people have never had something quite like this.
Oh no, I mean, typically like your 100% corn, there's some whiskeys out there that do that, but nowhere near as good as this. Like, wow, that's amazing.
All right, well, we got one left to try.
Let's do it.
Our newest product for last. So this is our Harris County Bourbon. Now this is a more traditional mash bill, 67% corn, 25% rye, 8% malted barley, but these are all Texas grown grains.
And this is a brand new one, right? Like
exactly.
So just wait, guys. I know you probably won't be able to find it at the beginning, but they're making it like crazy right now. We were just back there, and they're putting their heart and soul to get this out, and it's for a reason.
Just it's still double pot distilled like the Outlaw before. It's same American white oak, grade 4 char barrels. Now this is about 30 months, so it does get that straight designation there. Now on this one, we're going to get oak, sherry, brown spice, maybe a little bit of mild tobacco on the nose as well. Then on the palate, we're going to get a sweet up front, and then a nice long lingering rye spice. It's going to hit you right here in the back of the palate. You're going to feel it ramp up, ramp up, ramp up.
Ooh, okay. I'm excited.
Right.
Let's
You ready?
Let's go for it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
It's so weird. You get that rye like smell, but also the corn, that sweetness from the corn.
Exactly.
It's amazing. I feel like at the end, like during the flavor that in that palate, is it cinnamon? What is that little flavor?
It could be. That's going to be that rye spice there.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, that rye spice is going to give you maybe a little bit of a cinnamon sensation.
Yeah.
I like to think of it more like a black pepper, but everybody's different. Everyone tastes and smells things differently. But yeah, that's definitely going to be from that rye spice there. That's what's going to give you that kind of cinnamon quality there. But you can see what I was talking about, like that rye building up in the back of your palate, just slowly, slowly, slowly.
Yeah, and then it dissipates so nicely in the finish. Like, wow. You get that rye flavor, and then you get all the oak from the barrel that hits you right at the end there. It's amazing.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
This is something we're very proud of, and can't wait for everyone else to get a chance to try it.
It's very unique because what you guys have done here has been outlaw type of bourbon, not what you typically do. Heavy, 100% corn. This is more traditional.
Exactly.
But not traditional in the sense of like flavor. Like it's traditional in the mash bill.
Exactly.
But when you try it, it's not traditional at all. It is amazing. It is above some of the best whiskeys I've tried. So amazing.
Well, thank you. Yeah. I appreciate that. You know, it does have that traditional mash bill like you were mentioning, but it does still have that nice Texas identity that Texas whiskeys have really been known for. Big, bold, aggressive flavors.
Yeah.
Definitely apparent in this.
Yeah. Wow. Man, that is so good. Man, Jason, thank you so much for coming on the show, and thank you for having me here
Absolutely.
at Yellow Rose. I cannot think. I mean, there's so much more that you guys offer. This is not it. Like there's a single malt, there's a premium collection. You guys have to try some of the other stuff. So please come out to the distillery. There is a ton for you to do here, and not only that, but I just tried. What was it?
That's like the White Dog.
With a White Dog.
Yeah.
100
I believe it was 150 proof.
150 proof.
But it was delicious.
And it was still delicious. It's incredible. You guys have to come out and experience this. It is amazing. So thank you guys for joining, and thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Just click on that little button right there, little bell, so you don't miss any of the other episodes that we have coming up, which we have a ton coming up. So thank you guys, and stay malty, my friends.